So I have a couple of questions for you. Number one, do Muslims believe that Mary was a virgin, Mary the mother of Jesus? Yes. And my second question is related to that. So Muslims believe that Jesus' birth was a virgin birth? Yes. So that's a belief system, but is this mentioned in the Quran? Yes. So, where in the Quran is this mentioned? And can you tell us a little bit about what is mentioned in the Quran? Of course. Let me take you to one of the chapters in the Quran. I told you about this yesterday also. There's a chapter in the Quran called Maryam, the mother of Jesus, Mary. There's an entire chapter in the Quran called Mary. And in that chapter, God talks about that when Mary reached an age where she could bear a child, one day she was in her room and a man appeared from nowhere. And she got really scared as she has never seen that man. And how can a man enter a room that's locked? And as the man got closer to Mary, she got scared. She got afraid because she was a modest woman. And any modest woman cannot tolerate this, that some kind of a stranger would come to her while she's alone. And Quran very specifically talks about Mary's modesty. And she right away stopped the man and said, "Stop, don't come near me. If you fear God, stay away from me." And the man said, "Don't be afraid of me, as I'm no man, I'm an angel sent to you by God. And I have come here in the human form so that you can see me. And I've come from God with a special message, that you will bear a child." And Mary said, "How is it possible that a man has never touched me? I'm not married. And neither I am a bad woman who would have relationship with men or man out of marriage. So how can I have a child?" And the angel said, "That's not what you have to worry about. God has already made arrangements for that for you, and you will bear a child, and this child will be a sign from God." So she got pregnant. And when she reached a point where she was getting closer to her delivery time, she was asked to travel outside of the temple, ila makanin qasiyya, to a faraway place. So the books state that she went to Bethlehem, which is called in Arabic Baytul Lahm. So Baytul Lahm or Bethlehem is where she went, and she stopped by a date palm tree, and it is written in the books of tafsir that it was a dead tree. And she sat by it and she started saying that, "How will I go back and face my people after the delivery of the baby? Will they not going to question me? If they do, what will I going to say to them? How will I respond to that?" And she's thinking about it. She's getting overwhelmed. She's getting stressed out. And at that time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, through an angel, comforted her and said, don't worry about it. You should not worry about it. Wherever you are sitting, it is by a dead date palm tree. All I want you to do is just shake the trunk of the tree and fresh dates will fall on you. And right by wherever you're sitting, there is a dried up stream of water that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has filled with water again, so you should drink from the water and eat from the date tree till the baby is delivered. And if anybody questions you or anybody asks you any question, back in those days, people could keep a fast of being mute. You would not say a word to anybody, and that was okay because a lot of people would be in practice of that. So you could use your hand gestures to tell people that I'm fasting, where I will not even speak a word. So that's how you should hide answering any questions to anybody till the time comes when Jesus will speak on his behalf. So that's basically how the arrangement was made for her, and she delivered the baby. And that's basically, Quran talks about it in great detail in several places in the Quran. I just told you a summary version of that from Surah Maryam. I hope that answers the question. That's pretty amazing that Muslims have all this information in their book. That's pretty neat.